Ladies and gentlemen, we live in a world that is filled with constant noise. Everywhere we go, people are speaking, sharing opinions, arguing, criticizing, and trying to prove themselves. Social media has made this even louder, where everyone wants to be heard and everyone wants to respond instantly. In the middle of all this noise, one of the most powerful strengths a person can develop is the ability to remain silent. Silence is often misunderstood. Many people think silence means weakness, fear, or lack of confidence, but in reality, silence can be one of the greatest signs of inner strength and wisdom. When we learn to stay silent, we begin to control our reactions instead of letting situations control us. Most arguments, conflicts, and misunderstandings happen because people react immediately without thinking. Someone says something hurtful, and we respond instantly with anger. Someone criticizes us, and we immediately try to defend ourselves. But when we pause and choose silence, we give ourselves time to think clearly. Silence creates a small space between what happens and how we respond, and in that space lies wisdom. Silence also helps us observe the world more carefully. When we talk less, we listen more. When we listen more, we understand people better. We begin to notice things that others often miss. The tone of someone's voice, the emotions behind their words, the lessons hidden in everyday experiences. Listening deeply allows us to learn from every person and every situation. A person who is always speaking rarely learns something new, but a person who listens carefully gains knowledge and insight. In a noisy world, silence protects our energy. Every conversation, every argument, and every unnecessary explanation takes away a part of our mental and emotional energy. If we spend our time reacting to every comment or every criticism, we become exhausted and distracted. But when we choose silence, we save that energy for things that truly matter. Instead of wasting energy on proving people wrong, we can invest it in improving ourselves. Silence also gives us clarity. When the mind is constantly filled with noise, it becomes difficult to think deeply. Imagine trying to focus on an important task in a room where everyone is shouting. It becomes almost impossible. But when the environment becomes quiet, our thoughts become clearer. In the same way, when we create moments of silence in our lives, our minds begin to settle. We start understanding our goals more clearly. We become more aware of our strengths and weaknesses. Another powerful aspect of silence is emotional control. Many people damage relationships or opportunities because they speak in moments of anger or frustration. Words spoken in anger often create wounds that cannot easily be repaired. But when we practice silence, we learn patience. Instead of reacting instantly, we allow our emotions to calm down. This helps us respond in a wiser and more respectful way. Silence also builds confidence within us. When we stop trying to constantly explain ourselves to everyone, we start trusting our own journey. Not everyone needs to understand our goals or our decisions. Sometimes the best response to doubt or criticism is not an argument, but quiet determination. When people see that you are not distracted by unnecessary debates and that you are calmly focused on your work, they begin to respect your strength. Great leaders, thinkers, and successful individuals often value silence because it allows them to think deeply and act wisely. They understand that speaking less and observing more helps them make better decisions. Instead of reacting emotionally to every situation, they respond with clarity and purpose. In a world that constantly pushes us to speak louder, react faster, and prove ourselves to everyone, choosing silence becomes a rare and powerful skill. Silence allows us to protect our peace, sharpen our focus, and strengthen our inner world. It teaches us patience, understanding, and wisdom, helping us move forward with calm determination while the rest of the world remains lost in unnecessary noise. Ladies and gentlemen, one of the biggest obstacles on the path to success is the habit of constantly comparing ourselves with others. In today's world, it has become very easy to look at other people's lives and feel that they are doing better than us. Social media shows us highlights of people's achievements, their happiness, their success, and their lifestyle. But what we often forget is that we are only seeing a small part of their journey, not the struggles behind it. When we keep comparing ourselves with others, we slowly lose focus on our own growth. Every individual in this world has a unique journey. No two people have the same circumstances, the same challenges, or the same opportunities. Some people start their journey earlier, some start later. Some people achieve success quickly, while others take longer. But the speed of someone else's journey should never define your own. The moment you start comparing your progress with someone else's timeline, you begin to create unnecessary pressure in your mind. Comparison also steals our happiness. Instead of appreciating how far we have come, we begin to feel dissatisfied because someone else appears to be ahead of us. We stop celebrating our small victories. We forget that even small steps forward are signs of growth. Success is not always about big achievements. It is often about the consistent effort we make every single day to improve ourselves. When we shift our focus from comparison to self-growth, everything begins to change. Instead of looking at what others are doing, we start asking important questions about our own lives. Am I learning something new today? Am I improving my skills? Am I becoming a better version of myself than I was yesterday? These questions create progress because they focus on personal development rather than competition. Focusing on self-growth means investing time in improving your mind, your habits, and your character. It means reading more, learning new skills, strengthening your discipline, and building a positive mindset. Growth happens when we challenge ourselves to move beyond our comfort zones. Every new lesson, every failure, and every challenge becomes an opportunity to grow stronger and wiser. Another important aspect of focusing on yourself is understanding your own purpose. Many people follow the paths of others simply because they believe that path leads to success. But success is not the same for everyone. For one person, success may mean building a business. For another, it may mean helping people, creating art, or making a difference in their community. When we focus too much on what others are doing, we forget to discover what truly matters to us. Self-growth also requires patience. Progress does not always happen quickly. Sometimes it takes months or even years of effort before results begin to appear. During those times, it is easy to feel discouraged, especially when we see others achieving success faster. But real growth is not a race. It is a process of continuous improvement. When you focus on yourself, you develop confidence from within. Your motivation no longer depends on what others are doing. Instead, it comes from your commitment to become better every day. This type of motivation is powerful because it is stable and long-lasting. The more you focus on your own journey, the more peaceful your mind becomes. You stop worrying about who is ahead or who is behind. Your energy becomes centered on learning, improving, and moving forward step by step. Instead of competing with the entire world, you begin competing with your own potential. Each day becomes an opportunity to grow a little stronger, a little wiser, and a little closer to your goals. When your focus is on self-growth, progress becomes a natural part of your life, and every effort you make quietly builds the foundation for your future success. Ladies and gentlemen, success is often seen as a moment of achievement, a big victory, or a major milestone that everyone celebrates. But in reality, success is not created in a single moment. It is built slowly, step by step, through discipline and consistency. Many people dream of achieving great things in life, but only a few are willing to develop the habits that make those dreams possible. The difference between those who succeed and those who struggle often lies in their daily discipline. Discipline is the ability to do what needs to be done, even when you do not feel like doing it. It means waking up early to work on your goals while others are still sleeping. It means continuing your efforts even when the excitement of the beginning fades away. Motivation can inspire you to start something, but discipline is what keeps you going when motivation disappears. In the beginning of any journey, enthusiasm is usually very high. When people set new goals, they feel excited and energized. They imagine the success they want to achieve and the life they want to create. But after some time, challenges begin to appear. Progress becomes slow, obstacles arise, and the path becomes difficult. This is the moment when many people give up. They start questioning their ability, their decision, or their dreams. This is where discipline becomes powerful. A disciplined person does not depend only on feelings. They understand that some days will be difficult, some days will feel discouraging, and some days will feel exhausting. But instead of quitting, they continue their efforts. They show up for their goals every single day, even when the results are not immediately visible. Consistency is equally important. Small actions repeated every day can create extraordinary results over time. Imagine improving yourself by just 1% every day. At first, the change may seem very small, almost invisible, but after weeks, months, and years, those small improvements accumulate into something powerful. Consistency transforms ordinary effort into extraordinary achievement. Many people underestimate the power of consistent action because they expect quick results. In a world that moves fast, people want success to happen quickly. They want immediate recognition, immediate growth, and immediate rewards. But real success often grows quietly over time. Just like a plant that needs regular care, sunlight, and water to grow, success also requires consistent effort and patience. Discipline also builds strong character. When you commit yourself to a routine and stay consistent with your actions, you begin to develop self-control and mental strength. You learn to manage distractions and stay focused on what truly matters. This ability to stay focused becomes one of the most valuable qualities on the journey towards success. Consistency also builds trust in yourself. Every time you complete a task you promised yourself you would do, your confidence grows. You begin to believe in your ability to achieve your goals because you know you are capable of showing up every day. This belief in yourself becomes a powerful driving force. The truth is that most successful people did not reach their goals because they were lucky or because everything was easy for them. They reached their goals because they practiced discipline and consistency for a long time. They continued working on their dreams even when nobody was watching, even when nobody was praising them, and even when progress seemed slow. Day after day, they kept moving forward. They stayed committed to their purpose, repeated their efforts, and trusted the process. Over time, those disciplined actions began to create results that others could see, but the real foundation of that success was built quietly through consistent work and unwavering dedication. Ladies and gentlemen, in the journey towards success, one of the most powerful yet often overlooked elements is inner peace. Many people believe that success is only about working harder, earning more money, or achieving higher positions. While effort and ambition are certainly important, true and lasting success often begins from within. When a person develops inner peace, their mind becomes clearer, their decisions become wiser, and their actions become more focused. Inner peace creates the foundation for meaningful and sustainable achievement. In today's fast-moving world, our minds are constantly filled with pressure, distractions, and expectations. People worry about what others think. They stress about the future, and they carry the burden of past mistakes. This constant mental noise can make it difficult to think clearly or focus on important goals. When the mind is restless, even simple tasks can feel overwhelming. But when the mind becomes calm and peaceful, everything begins to change. A peaceful mind allows us to see situations with greater clarity. Instead of reacting emotionally to every problem, we learn to respond thoughtfully. Many times people make poor decisions not because they lack intelligence, but because they are overwhelmed by stress and emotions. When we develop inner peace, we create a space where calm thinking becomes possible. This calm thinking helps us make better choices, solve problems more effectively, and move forward with confidence. Inner peace also strengthens our focus. One of the biggest challenges people face today is distraction. There are countless things competing for our attention every day: notifications, social media, opinions, and endless streams of information. If we allow these distractions to control our minds, it becomes difficult to concentrate on our goals. A peaceful mind acts like a filter, allowing us to focus only on what truly matters while letting go of unnecessary noise. Another important benefit of inner peace is emotional stability. The path to success is rarely smooth. There will be moments of failure, criticism, disappointment, and uncertainty. Without emotional balance, these challenges can easily break our confidence and motivation. But when a person has inner peace, they develop resilience. They understand that setbacks are part of growth and that difficulties are temporary. Instead of losing hope during tough times, they remain calm and continue moving forward. Inner peace also improves the way we interact with others. When our minds are calm, we communicate with patience and understanding. We listen more carefully, speak more thoughtfully, and avoid unnecessary conflicts. Strong relationships are an important part of success in both personal and professional life, and a peaceful mind helps us build those relationships with respect and empathy. Many people search for happiness and success outside themselves, believing that achievements, possessions, or recognition will bring them peace. But often the opposite is true. When we develop inner peace first, success becomes a natural result of our balanced and focused efforts. A calm mind helps us stay committed to our goals without becoming overwhelmed by pressure. Inner peace does not mean avoiding responsibility or ignoring challenges. It means approaching life with a balanced and steady mindset. It means understanding that while we cannot control every situation around us, we can control how we respond to it. This sense of control over our thoughts and emotions gives us strength and confidence. When the mind is peaceful, our energy is not wasted on unnecessary worry or negativity. Instead, that energy is directed toward creativity, productivity, and growth. Our work becomes more meaningful, our goals become clearer, and our journey becomes more purposeful. In this way, inner peace becomes the silent force that supports every step we take toward achieving our dreams and creating a life of true fulfillment.